Peace. All praise and glory to the mighty Most High, our Creator, who is one God. There is none like Him. Blessings to you, the children that serve the Creator. All praise and glory to Him. I just tried to go live. I've been trying to go live, and now they're not letting me do live streams. Because I wanted to talk today about the LBGTQ, LBGTQ, and what else? A. Okay? Lesbians, bisexuals, gays, transgenders, and queers are questioning or asexual, and they have this long alphabet for the LBGTQ&A today. But what is it mostly? It's all cap letters. So it's the same thing as BLM or even the World Health Organization or NASA. They're all of them combined are the government. Okay? NASA is religion. Okay? The World Health Organization, they're the medical field. They're trying to cover. BLM here, Black Lives Matter, they're just an anti-fascist group themselves. Fascist group themselves. And the LBGTQ, we all know that. Lesbians, bisexuals, gay, transgenders. The A I add. What is the A that I add for? The A is assholes. Okay? Why? Who are the assholes? Supporters. There's a channel that I've listened to. His name's The Unfriendly Atheist. They unsubscribed me, and I came back across his channel and stuff, and I saw a few of his videos. And it seemed like he had those rainbow flags on each and every one of his videos for the month. And I kind of noticed it, so I asked him in the comments section, I'm like, do you support the LBGTQ&A? And his response was yes. Okay? So my response to that when somebody says that, so then in the natural order of things, when you're looking at the natural order of the way that God created man and woman, and a man's seed is to be inside the cup of a woman's private area, and the seed is placed and it goes into the ovary. It makes the travel through the fallopian tubes. It makes this grand entrance, and the woman becomes pregnant. But what do all of these have in common with the government? Okay, what are they? It's a government which equals a corporation. Okay, and in case you didn't know it, the word for the dead, or the abbreviations for a corpse, a dead body, is a corp. Okay, and in Latin, which comes from corpus, okay, which I tell everybody about the corpus callosum, a part inside of our brain which produces, sorry about that, woo, there's a long one. I might have misspelt that, but I won't mispronounce it. If my tongue wouldn't stick to my to the roof. So the corpus callosum here, which is which I find quite funny because this is in the center of our brain. You got to ask yourself, why do those in the medical field call a part in our brain the corpus callosum? The corpus callosum produces a chemical inside of our brain which is called dimethylene tryptamine. Dimethylene tryptamine equals DMT. What does all of this got to do with a government or the corpse? Because that's what I'm talking about. That's what this lesson is going to be about. It's going to be about the corpse, the dead body, the LBGT, the BLM, the WHO, the NASA, all cap letters, all of the government, all of the corporation, a corpse from the corpus callosum, which produces dimethylene tryptamine. What does dimethylene tryptamine do? It creates hallucinations. So, DMT, which is produced in the corpus callosum, the government, what? Corp, us. Dead, us. A body, us. Us, we're the body. Okay? It's the body of the government. That what? The government. Who's in control of the government? Jesus. Us. Again. See? When you vote for the lesser of two evils, this is also about the LBGTQ&A, not to dismiss it, but we're talking about the corpse right now because the LBGTQ and all of these involved together are the corporation. And a corporation is the body of a corpse. And the corp is a short for a dead body, the corpus callosum. So those that vote the lesser of two evils into government are voting evil, period. There is no lesser of two evil. Evil is evil, folks, period. If you're voting somebody into office, then you are giving away the very power that the Spirit, the Creator, has given you to walk about in this realm freely and safe with His Spirit to the government, which means that at any time people can kick in your doors, anything, because you have relinquished your power. I wish you understood that. So, anyways, my friend, the unfriendly atheist, had said that he is a supporter of the LBGTQ&A, and I was blown away from it. Well, it only makes sense that an atheist that doesn't believe in God would support something so heinous to it. Pay attention to what I'm going to say. Okay, a man placing his dick in Rick and copulating his semen inside of the backside of the rear end into another man's feces is absolutely the most disgusting thing that one can do. And if you heard this kind of dialogue that was taking place at our senator tables and stuff, and sitting there at the table, and that they push this kind of dialogue of us that are in opposition to the LBGTQ&A or any of these corporations, they're all corporations, okay? They're all part of a demon race. This is a demon race. And they've told you that they're all in it together, okay? What it also is a corpse. A corpse is also, well, I got it down here. Thought I did. It's a dead body. Okay? And Jesus, He died on the cross, and He gave up His spirit. But folks, if the Creator is spirit, then how can something that is eternal that's always existed. It's just when you think on this level that God is eternal and he's always existed, and then you think to yourself that they're trying to tell us that we've only been here for 6 or so 7,000 years before God created all this, is the most insane thought that anyone can have. I'm telling you, the Gentile race that was created here first has probably been here for hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of years. And this is where they have a lot of information that they hide from you. You know, they know a lot of things that have taken place on this plane of existence that they hide from you. Do I believe in dinosaurs or any of that? Personally, myself, no. Every fixture that you have inside of these dinosaur exhibits are carved or molded fucking bones, man. Okay? I don't care what. You are under a gospel. Okay? The corpse is a dead body, and a dead body is a ghost. Okay? And a ghost is the spirit of the dead. People are getting ghosted like left and right today. And the DMT, which creates a hallucination, is an illusion. The corporation that's all in it together, they're all in it with one another, is a complete, total illusion. All of it. This plane of existence, which is syntropy, which is the electrification of the materialized world. So now you understand that this plane of existence is why the Creator says that it's only a temporal stay. This plane here is a temporal stay. Okay, you have your left and right hemispheres of our brain. Okay? These two are the tablets. These are the tablets of God. These are where our moral laws all come from. You don't need a book, folks, to know that if you're standing on a street and you're just minding your own business and you see a car come by and people are walking down the street and they get shot down, that's wrong, man. Okay? That's the moral compass. The moral laws are our compass. Okay? Our brain is an antenna. Okay? It's a Wi-Fi. Something outside of ourselves is controlling the body. Okay, they're trying to tell you so in movies like The Matrix or Invasion of the Body Snatchers. These are truth bomb movies. It's another one. Oh, another great one. Avatar. Okay? All these movies have to deal with something, a source outside of ourself. Right? The kid goes inside of these boxes. He goes inside, he puts on this helmet, and then the helmet takes him into a virtual reality that controls a host, a blue man host. Okay? So these are truth bombs in Hollywood that are telling you that our brain has been hijacked by parasites. Okay? You need to break free from the gospel, which equals a ghost spell. Okay? This is why now the first book that was written from Genesis. Genesis. Because those that were created are Gentile, which equals jinn, tiled in flesh. You're never going to get the breakdown of this language that the Spirit of God has been putting on me. Okay? This stuff is so deep and complex. Alright? So also, your spinal cord, what does it have? It has 33 vertebrae. Okay? 33 vertebrae. What does that equal? 6. Okay? How old was Jesus when he was crucified? He was 33. What is that? 6. Jesus is what? He's mankind. He's the one that's created on the 6th day. Okay? At the United Nations, they have a flat earth map on the wall. Alright? And it's broken up into 8 sectors. Okay? And these 8 sectors are what? 8 times 4 is 32. Alright? And then the one right here, this is your North Pole. Everything from this point to our ice shelf, this is what this is right here. And this would be the beginning of an ice shelf inside of a box, because these are the 4 corners of the world, because an angel rests at each corner of the world, each angel in power of wind. They are the wind, the east, northwest, south, and north winds. Okay, but everything, this here, okay, now if you can picture in your mind, because they're telling you, you got 32 areas within the flat earth map that they have on their wall, and the very center North Pole is 1. That there is 33. Okay, so this is a punch bowl that we live in. This is all where the land's raised, all right? And then all of this here. Okay, all of that. Since our oceans are blue, let's go with blue. Okay? This would be all your oceans here. Alright, and your land is all in there too. Alright? And then this here is a 200-foot wall of ice. Okay? And then this is probably about, from this destination all the way to the end, you have all ice, and this distance here I'm guesstimating is probably between 2,000 and 3,000 miles of ice all the way that circumferences our plane of existence, this punch bowl, this firmament here. Okay, this is all, we would all be ice. And then right on the very edge of all of this, this is your ice shelf. Okay, which would sit right on this. Now, what's outside of all this, they say that there are other islands and maps. Land masses that are outside of here. There are other maps that say that there's other bodies of land outside of our world. This is our world right here. We are in a punch bowl. Okay? Our government knows absolutely without doubt that we live on this on this plane of existence. So all of this, again, this is the reason why I faded into this, was because it comes to 33 as well. Okay? 33 vertebrae. Why is this important? Because this here is the crossover. Okay? Once you're at the very top of the 33rd vertebrae up here at the very top, you're running into the medulla oblongata. Okay? You run into the pons and then the midbrain. Okay, these are all your functions that help you with your breathing, your involuntary motion, your survival, your instincts and survival, your fight or flight modes. That's what all of these parts of the brain represent. Okay, now running down your spinal cord, you have these two nerves. Okay? These nerves are called the ida, the pinna, and ida nerves. Okay? In a lot of different books, these two nerves in mythology are what carry, earlier when I talked to you about the corpus callosum and the oil that it produces. I forgot to touch base on that. The dimethylene tryptamine that is produced inside of your mind is a hallucinating drug. It is an oil. You understand that? It is the life oil that is produced in something that they call is dead. Because I keep trying to teach you, if you look up the word dimethylene tryptamine, it's going to tell you that it's DMT, and it's going to tell you that it's a natural hallucinating drug. And I keep trying to tell people that you are living in a dream. You are hallucinating. Everything that you see on this plane of existence is a complete, total hallucination. God's power is awesome. He is just, it's woo, once you figure this stuff out and you realize that you're a soul inside of a flesh suit, I have conflict in this when I tell you this, that I have a difficult time. If the Creator is telling us you shall not worship any graven images, then you got to ask yourself why he would create a flesh system, which are images. Us, we're the images of God. Okay? And the biblical definition for image is a phantom, which is to shade a phantom. It's an illusion. Okay, there's your connection with the dimethylene tryptamine. What we are seeing, what we are witnessing, what we are living right now before us is nothing but an illusion. So these two nerves, the pinna and the ida nerves, one is also known as Mother Mary and Joseph. Because in our system, each month to our birth month, a seed is dropped from the corpus callosum, which drops all the way down your chakra system right to the very center of our complex. And this area here would be called Bethlehem. This seed rests. Each month a seed is produced in both male and female that drops all the way down to our chakra system right here in Bethlehem. This is known, all of this, our lungs, our heart, our kidneys, all of this have to deal with the same thing as the astrology signs. Our kidneys and our Gemini, our lungs, our Pisces, everything is called the tree, bam, of life. You see, they're telling you the truth in all of this stuff. And doctors and these people that are in Hollywood, you got to understand, they are illuminated from the dark side. They are spellcasters. Okay, I am teaching you guys the solid truth about what's going on. So this seed that falls is germinating. And what we have to do as spirits of God is to raise this seed. And the higher we raise the seed, the better the vibration, the more we become illuminated, the more we save the oil. This is what it means. When the Creator says that we're to give 10% back to the Lord, this absolutely is telling you that this is something that the Creator has given us already. It's something that mankind can't give. Okay? Mankind took this and turned it into tithings. Okay? Giving 10% back to the Lord has nothing to do with tithings. Giving 10% back to the Lord means raising this oil up to its highest vibration, making the crossover from the 33rd vertebrae right here, which is called what? The crucifixion. Okay? Everything is all a 666 system that we're living in. Okay? So now you have the crossover. Once you cross over, if you have kept your mind on the Creator, you've worshipped, you're calling out on Him, you're repenting Him, you're asking for His Spirit, then your vibration raises to a higher level. You move through your chakra systems, all right? They say that purple is the highest chakra system right there before it. And then what's right at the next chakra system, which is what? The 6th chakra system. Okay? The 6th chakra is the cerebrum. Or excuse me, I take that back. It's the cerebellum. Excuse me. Woo. The cerebellum is the ego mind. Okay? The cerebrum is the God brain. People say, when does life start? Life starts at the second that seed touches that embryo, because the first thing that's created, bam, is the light, and the light is the mind itself. It's the light of consciousness, and that's what comes, bam. Yeah, so to the Creator, okay, He says life starts right from the minute that seed hits the egg and works its way in. And then, boom, you have a light source right there, a soul. Okay, you get that? Your soul has just been created. So when you pull a baby, you kill a baby inside of the womb, you've destroyed a soul. You've killed a soul. Okay, you didn't kill flesh. That thing is gonna. I'm sure that God probably already removes the spirit. You see that child later. Like I said, when I say I got sin and iniquity on me, folks, I've had a child aborted. And it's so deep, man. This is why I say I'm in full repentant mode, man. Because when the scales come off your eyes, you realize that the Creator's been telling us that you're not to act this certain way. Okay? So, now you understand that when we come up to the crucifixion, which is at the 33rd vertebrae, that there is a crossover. You're supposed to be keeping our minds on God. And what is it that burns up this oil that's produced inside the corpus callosum? It's called riotous living. Okay? When you're doing drugs, when you're smoking dope, when you're having sex at the wrong times, when you're fornicating with multiple partners, when you're walking contrary to God, when you're just getting drunk off your rear end, all of these things are detrimental to the oil that's inside of us. You kill the oil. This is why your brain shrivels up when you drink a lot of oil or drink a lot of alcohol, because it dries up the oil that's inside of the brain. This is why you feel like shit the next morning after you've been drinking and stuff all night, because it's called riotous living. By not living riotously and serving God and worshiping Him, your life expands on this plane of existence well to the hundreds, okay? But when you're living in your riotousness, then you are going to die at an earlier age. You're going to die, be out there on the streets. God is going to punish you all the way to the end. And the worst part about all this, folks, is once you realize that the Creator, for me, knowing that God exists, I really do feel badly for people that are out there on the streets, man. Because I've been on the streets myself, you know. I've been on the streets unwillingly, and I've been kicked to the streets because of this society, and I've had a tough go at it a few times in my life. There's no question about that. So I know that I don't judge people that are out there on the streets, because you don't know what a person's story is and what's put them out there, man. But the worst part about all of it is these people out there on the streets didn't ever figure it out. Not only are they having a shit hole of it of a life on this one here, they're going to have a worse one in the life after, because they never turned to God and they never repented. At least that's what I feel, that they haven't repented. Maybe they're on the streets and they do repent. There's a lot of people that come learn what it is that I've learned. There's a lot of people in the industry, the music industry, rock and roll industry, in Hollywood and stuff, and they figure this stuff out, and they realize, wow, you know, they realize it's just like Katy Perry sells. That she said that she wanted to be the who was it? That one singer who I can't even think of her name. I wish I could, but she wanted to be like this woman that was loved and clean and wholesome in all of her music, and she said, well, it didn't turn out like that, you know. I had to make a deal with the devil. I sold my soul. That's no joke, folks. Okay, you don't get to be in a prestigious position on this plane of existence, have power, money, fame, and wealth, and people idolizing you and worshiping you, unless you sell your soul. You literally must sign them contracts that you are in. You sign those contracts, you're done. So, the God brain is the first thing that is killed, all right? And then, so when you abort, right from the beginning, you are killing a child. Give me 1 second, it's kind of getting hot. So after all this that I've shared with you, our idea in life is to take this seed that drops down from our brain, which is carried down on the pineal gland. One is drops it down, and the other one carries it up. You have a crucifixion at the 33rd vertebrae, and then after your 33rd vertebrae, you run into the ego, the cerebellum. This is the man brain. Okay? And the man brain and the God brain are both detached. Okay? One is the flesh, and the other is spirit. God is watching you, folks. The Creator is watching everything that we do. You understand? There's nothing that you haven't done that isn't being recorded, and that's what's so damn shameful about it, man. Once you realize the scales are off your eyes and you got angels and stuff that are just recording everything that's going on, what you're doing, your lifestyle, what you're doing for your money, cheating on your husbands, cheating on your wives, cheating with your secretaries, banging hookers, johns, drinks, drunks, all of it, okay? When you do all of that, any of that, you stay down here, what happens is your seed drops to the land of, this here is Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah. This is living in the passions of desire. Okay, this is where 98% of the people live, is in the lower chakra system. Listen, if God says only a handful are getting into the kingdom of heaven, I'm pretty sure I'm not getting into the kingdom of heaven, folks. Humbly I would love to, but I don't think that the Gentile can get back into heaven. I think that the Gentile have a chance to make it on this earth, possibly after a new earth in heaven is created. This place here that we live in has to be destroyed. Everything has to go into the fire because there's so much sin and iniquity on this plane of existence. I mean, look at our the oil in the oceans. Look at what they're polluted with. All of the styrofoam, all of the nettings, all of the battles and the ship and the ordnance and all the poison and stuff that they drop inside of it, and the barrels that corporations pay the military to go out in the middle of the ocean and drop fucking barrels inside of it, and then give news reports like mysterious 300,000 fish washed up on the shore. It's a mystery to what happened. It's no mystery to me. It's a mystery that the corporations, the corpse of the government, the ones that want to destroy you and kill you and make you sick and make you drink their poison waters and their poison foods, make you sick, and then have to buy their bullshit freaking Western medications and their prescriptions and their big pharma. Can enough people start screaming? Can somebody jump on my show and share my content, man? Get it out there. Let people know what's going on. You are a soul which is more than likely within the pineal gland. Okay? This is the third eye. Right? Which represents what? The pyramid. And don't they all think that they're of the pyramid? Huh? Everything down here is to be illuminated. This is why the eye sits at the top of the pyramid. Okay? And this is what? This is all in God we trust. What God are we talking about? The evil one. So earlier I was talking about images and stuff, and I asked the question, why would the Creator, if he says not to worship any graven images, create something as an image? And I don't know if I'm right about this, but I'm starting to lean more towards when I read a couple of verses the other day that said that he was given power to give breath to the beast, that blew me the fuck away. So the Creator may have given something power that he was able to breathe life inside the beast, man, which means that he was the one that breathed life into a host system. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. But it does make sense to me that if the Spirit, the self-existing eternal Creator, is saying, "You shall worship no graven images," then I ask you, I put the question to you, is it possible that the Creator created an energy force with the battle that took place in heaven, and then he was thrown down here, and then the Creator that created this evil energy force, this evil force that's down here, that controls everything down here, that he created, God, this energy force, this evil energy force, created the host system, the Gentile race, okay? And then the Spirit, the living God, created another race for him, okay? So that if you are the seed of Satan, as it says in the Bible, then you are the image of God. And if you are the image of God, you're the one that's created in a phantom. You're the one that's a beast. You're the one that's a vampire. You're the ones that claim that you're created in God's image. You're the ones that don't even understand the biblical definition of images. You're just so far out in left field because everybody's too busy trying to dance on TikTok and everything else. I know that my lesson got off from the LBGTQ&A. Okay. Sexually immoral. What are sexually immoral? I have to say, realistically, man, if you support the LBGTQ&A and you say that you're just a supporter of them, you're straight up lying to yourself, man. You support them because of that very man on the 6th day was created male and female. This is why my mind is fried on this creation story. And my friends all tell me that I fried my mind on this creation story. I don't care. I've figured out the creation story. And I'm starting to believe that the Creator, the Spirit, the self-existing eternal Spirit of truth, had created an energy force, and there was a battle in heaven that took place, and then he was thrown down here, and then he's the one that created mankind in an image. This dark side, he's the one that created the beast nations all in an image and everything. He's the one that was given power to breathe life into the dragon, into the beast, into us. It's some scary shit what I'm saying right there. So then this would make sense to me why the Creator says you're not to worship any graven images. He's given these commandments to whoever wants to hear it. Doesn't it make sense to you that the Spirit, the Creator, is saying don't worship images? So if the Creator is saying not to worship images, I always ask, why would he create us then? Why would he create us in an image? Because it wasn't the Spirit of God that created him. It was something that he gave power to that created a system. These watchers, whatever, whoever they are, whatever was given power, whatever was very, very intelligent about creating a host system. But then the Creator, like I said, he created another being. And then Satan, who created the first system, this Gentile nation system, he's the one that came inside of the garden and coaxed Eve, this one that was created in an image of God, which is of the seed of Satan. Folks, I think I'm right on this. I don't think that the Creator himself, well, it would be the creator himself because he's created everything. But somehow he has detached himself from what is evil. You understand that God is all that is good. He is a fire, they say, that consumes. He is all that is good and both evil. And you got to understand that he uses the flesh suit to correct people that are living contrary to his laws, statutes, and commandments. So that man that's created a male and female is a transgender. And this is why they're coming out of the closets and stuff. They're coming out like little cockroaches. They're freaking everywhere now. These people are vile, nasty creatures. They're after your children, man. If you're a supporter of the LBGTQ&A, man, then you're a supporter that you don't mind if one of these guys get a hold of your son or your daughter and sodomize them. You're okay with them placing their penises or freaking strap-ons and sodomizing your children. You're insane. You atheists are insane. You're completely freaking mad. I can't freaking believe it, man. I mean, it pissed me off, man. I like this atheist, man, because I thought him and I were kind of making ground. We've been respectful to one another, but I have, look, I have zero respect for anybody who engages in any of this. I have zero respect for anybody who supports any of this. You are a big zero to me. And by the way, a zero could also be an O, and an O in the alphabet is 15, and 1 plus 5 is 6. So if you're an atheist, you are 666. You're a big frickin' zero. Anybody who supports these people and stands out in the streets with them are going to burn right alongside of them. You better pull your heads out of your rear ends, man, and wake up. You're under attack by queers, folks. You're under attack by these people that have been entitled by the government. You're under attack by a government that's allowing transgenders to be inside of the White House and saying, "Thank you, Mr. President. I'm in my 223rd day of transition. I feel wonderful." Joe Biden's all, "Oh, God bless you." Well, what freaking God do you think they're talking about? They're talking about that one that's a vampire. They're talking, when they say God, who is America's God? Jesus. Jesus is America's God. Okay, Jesus is a vampire who wants you to eat his flesh and drink his blood. You guys that are queers and packing your semen in other men's rear ends are all vampires, man. You are a body of the dead. You are, if the body of Christ be in you, then your body is dead. 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 You read this Bible as long as I've been reading this Bible, you're going to find out that Jesus has a lot of freaking death around him, man. He's the God of the dead. He's the first begotten Son of the dead. He's the one that's created in an image, and the one that's created in an image is a phantom, and a phantom is a ghost, and a ghost is the spirit of the dead. Jesus is the dead. Jesus died on the cross, and he gave up his spirit. Okay? You are a creator. You can't give up your spirit, man. If the creator is eternal, he can't give up his spirit. That would mean that the creator committed suicide. Jesus couldn't give up his spirit. Why? Because he didn't have one. He's a ghost. He died on the cross and he gave up his ghost. Did you not know, 6:3 of Romans, that when you are baptized, you're baptized into Jesus' death? He is the first begotten Son, raised from the dead. Okay? And what does it say? The dead will be the first. The first. Raised. Okay? You guys are going to be raised in Jesus Christ's death because you are baptized into his death, because you eat his flesh and blood, and that is a vampire. That is something that is a bloodsucker. That is your government. Okay? The sexually immoral is man on man, woman on woman, and man or woman on a beast or animal. Okay? If a person can take their Johnson and slide it inside of another animal, you are frickin' the most disgusting person, man. And they have all these abominating things and stuff going on in Mexico and shit, man. Where come on in and see the dog show, or come on in and watch the horse show. They literally on their streets, man, in Tijuana and buildings, they have horses and stuff and women that are set up on tables, and they allow this kind of abominating stuff to take place. So Jesus Christ, folks, is the dead. He is at the crucifixion of the 33rd vertebrae. Okay? Everybody is going to be raised. The dead are going to be the first raised. All right? You guys are going to be raised into that Nibiru, that magnetic planet that's going to suck all the sin that is evil off the face of this earth. And then I don't know what the Creator's going to do, if he's going to create a new earth. If this place here is going to fall into the fire with all the rest of the souls that are in here, that they're going to be punished. Yous that are being sucked up, you're going to a place that you never get to come out. This place here that's fallen in is all going to go into the fire for purification, and those souls that are left here are going to burn in this purification fire, and the sin and iniquity is going to be lifted from this place, and then God may save your soul from that, from the fire, and then a new heaven on earth, man. Lots going on inside of this Bible. There's so much missing from it, folks. You really need to wake up from what's going on. And I wanted to do this show live, but like I said, they blocked this live show, so I'm going to cool out right here, chill out, and then I'm going to relax, and I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. All praise and glory to the mighty Most High. It's time for people to sound out against these corporations, because they are all dead people. You understand that? The government are dead people. This is why they call Air Force pilots, they fly their Air Force pilots, they fly in what? Phantom F-14s, right? They're phantoms, folks. This plane of existence is an illusion. It is, one of the movies I forgot. It's a Westworld. Okay? And if you play around in this world, you engage with the gunmen and stuff like that. You play with the drugs. You walk contrary to God. At any time, he could strike you down. And that's the way he works, man. God is a loving God, but he's not taking any shit with you people that think that you can go through this abominating sexual desires in your flesh. And when you stand before God, oh dear, oh wow, you ministers and priests in Christianity that have brought this inside of the churches. Let me ask you something. Why do you think that they use that cross so much inside of Hollywood. All of you say that they're mocking Jesus, they're mocking the cross. No, they're not mocking Jesus. It's because Jesus is the God of the dead. They're mocking you. That's why they use Jesus in horror movies and stuff, because Jesus is the horror show. Please, folks, it's time for everybody to wake up. Do what's right. Turn from your sins. Repent in private in your room. Hit your knees. Call out for the truth, the spirit of truth to be placed on you, and then you can be saved. Maybe. I don't promise anybody anything, you know. I'm doing what I do because I feel it brings me closer to the Creator. First, I want to be closer to my Creator. I want to come home from this place. I really literally want to come home. I want to come home from this place. I don't want to be here any longer. I want to ascend. I want to worship. I want to praise and give glory to my Creator. So bow and let's go out. Our Creator, the Spirit which moves all things in place, thank you for this beautiful blessing that you've put upon me to share with others about this system, about what we are, about being beast in our laws, how we've walked contrary against you. I am so pleased today to know you, to walk with you, to do the best I can. Even though I'm in sin, even though I'm a sinner, I do repent to you each and every day. Please guide me, protect those that may be listening right here. Love us, Lord, that love you. Give us freedom, give us mercy, give us love. I ask all these things only in your almighty power. My Creator, the Spirit of truth, the living God. This is White Raptor News Ministries. Peace.